Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here. I wanted to talk to you about a new friend of BBallBreakdown called Game Time. It's an app you can download to your phone, and if you want to go see sporting events, this is the app you need. One of the really cool things is that you had a high-res photo that shows you the exact vantage point of the seats that you want to purchase. A really cool thing where you don't have to deal with any kind of maps or guessing how good those seats are. You can see right away. Great prices. You can have a credit card on file. You don't have to deal with any kind of scalpers in front of the arena. You can get the ticket set right to your phone. No printing out anything. You can scan right there at the gate. And they also sell after the tip-off. So if you miss the beginning or decide you want to go after the game starts, bam, you can still get tickets. And here's a really cool thing. If you use the code COACH, you can get $10 off your first purchase from Game Time in their app. So there's nothing to lose here except having a great time at a great game, and definitely check it out. It's really, really cool. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to BBallBreakdown. The Houston Rockets breakdown is here, the moment you've been waiting for. I dove deep into the films to see what's going on and how a team that made it to the conference finals last year and showing a lot of grit and mental toughness has been unable to do that to start the season. Now, there are some things that it might be concerning, and certainly the defense is almost last in their ranking, and that's a problem. However, the three-point shot tends to overcome a lot of those issues, especially when it's going in, because don't forget, when you score, you tend to be a little bit of a better defensive team because you're in position to guard as opposed to turnovers, which is really what's killing them. So I'm going to show you some numbers here that explain what's happening with the three-point shots and why I'm not that concerned right now about it. And I think that if there's a regression to the mean, there's no question in my mind that the Rockets will be right back where they left off last year. When looking at the Rockets' ranking on offense and defense, the first thing that jumped out at me was their defensive rating. Even though their offense is struggling mightily, I wanted to dive in to find out what the issue is on the defensive end. I'll look through the synergy numbers, and it turns out they're actually okay against most of the important categories. Most, but not a key area, transition defense. Naturally, you assume all those three-pointers are leading to long rebounds and fast breaks. But this is not the case. Of the 97 fast break baskets made against the Rockets this season, only 19 of them are off of missed three-pointers. The real culprit are the turnovers, live ball turnovers. 43% of the opponent's fast break field goals are off of turnovers, and as you can see, many of them are demoralizing doozies, the kind where the Rockets hang their heads and don't sprint back on defense. The next logical step to study is the three-pointers, and this is where I'd say it's not time to panic. Look at the top three-point shooters for the Rockets this year and their shooting percentages. Then look at their career from beyond the arc. The average difference is 5 points lower, so it's natural to assume that these numbers will eventually regress to the mean, and when it does, it will certainly mean the difference between winning and losing a lot of these games. We looked further into James Harden's three-point shooting woes, and believe me, these are woes. He's 10 points below his career average, and even when he's wide open, he's not hitting. Comparing last year to this year, you can see how the offense isn't working for him as well, since he's getting 5% less of his total three-point shots wide open this year. Lawson, on the other hand, has greatly benefited from Harden's gravity, getting almost 58% of his threes wide open, yet only hitting on 32% of those. If only three-point shooting was Lawson's issue. Getting back to the turnover thing, Lawson is giving the ball to the other team at an unprecedented rate for him. Overall, his offensive rank on synergy is 141st out of 144 players who have used a minimum of 100 possessions this season. And his turnover percentage is 136th, and you can just see how hard he's been struggling. He doesn't seem sure of himself in the freelance offense of the Rockets and has been hesitating in throwing dying quails for passes. The lineup data is also interesting since the most played lineup has Ariza at power forward and Harden at small forward, and that team has been relatively successful in terms of net rating. This has been their most common starting lineup so far, but look what happens when you sub Clint Capella in for Dwight Howard. Suddenly, the Rockets are blowing teams out. Looking at Dwight's on and off numbers, you see that he hasn't had any effect on the defense while he's in. But on offense, the team loses 5 points per 100 possessions, and the net rating is in double digits. Remember, the overall net rating for the team is -8, so it's not like the rest of the team is doing that well anyway. Lawson has been having a brutal season all the way around, and one look at his on-off numbers gives you insight into how profound that effect is. Like Dwight, the defense doesn't really change by his presence, but the offense takes a severe hit, almost 7 points. And then we get to James Harden. We showed his 3-point struggles already, but when you combine them with the issues we've seen on defense, and no wonder the Rockets are struggling. Of the big three, he's the only one with a noticeable effect on the D, and while he does juice up the offense, he hurts the defense more. So there you have it, sports fans. If you want to watch even more bonus footage, including an interview I did with Houston Chronicle beat reporter for the Rockets, Jenny Dial-Creech, then you got to tune into our website and watch the bonus footage there. I also went through Ty Lawson and how he's fitting into the offense with some really key plays to explain why it's not quite working perfectly and what they can do to fix it. So click on the link on the screen or down below in the description. And don't forget, we're also going to get our mobile app very soon, and that should solve any issues you might have with jumping back and forth between YouTube and our website. I've already seen the prototype. It looks amazing. The video looks great. It's going to be a terrific thing you're all going to want to download for sure as soon as possible. Well, thanks for joining us, sports fans, and don't forget, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?